There is a course in Udemy that many have already purchased it from our team, and I just directed them to go through till section 6 advanced spark concept. And here, this person is explaining how to create one cluster on Dataproc, okay, and then how to load data from GitHub to uh, Edge node, and from that Edge node to HDFS, and then how using that file and executing Hive queries as well as creating a Spark queries, and finally loading data again back to Hadoop. Okay, that is what the project is in this course. What I understood. There he is explaining step by step how to create in a cluster, how to create a Spark session, how to use Colab environment in place of Jupyter Notebook to write any PySpark scripts. So those and all already when you come to after section 6 you come to know this information. But those who are not registered, please complete till section 6 first, and then at least for running the project in Scala. See, Kiran, the Scala and Spark is optional. Okay, so wherever you see
Yeah, yes,
Scala,
that's
if you
what
are
I was about.
interested, you no need to concentrate. When you fully focus on PySpark, then you can ignore Scala. But be careful when you are taking only one out of Python or Spark or Python or Scala. Then you should be good at PySpark at least. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
if you stick with that, then you can ignore the project details where. But for understanding purpose, just go through it. Okay. If there is anything extra, he mentioned it, then you may get some knowledge. Okay. So you go through first, one time. There is no harm at all, and focus only on PySpark related information. Okay. So here
Okay.
data pipeline with Spark, Scala, Hadoop, PostgreSQL. Okay, I don't know whether the PostgreSQL, this Spark and PySpark with PostgreSQL, I don't think he may use or not. I'm not sure. But you go through every section. Okay, I'm recommending you all please go through every section. If you did purchase it, I recommend you to purchase. If you are really interested to do some real-time stuff, like how in general real-time projects will execute. To do so, we have to brush up our all minimum skill set by executing this sample project. Okay. So once we complete these sections, hands-on, then we will take our own data and we'll create our own pipeline and execute project. So that is actually motto. But right, right, many people are joining in between. So I think this may be very good. If anybody joining in between also, they can have sufficient time to cope up, and they will come to our speed, and finally we'll start our actual customized project once we complete these exercises. Is it clear, guys? So ultimately, so I think we have to start some real time stuff. Kiran, now did you created a Dataproc cluster?
Yeah, I created and I have deleted it after doing it. I have
So
tried once and I have deleted.
good. So you are able to do SSH to in master nodes?
Yeah, we are able to do.
Super. So did you check it? You know, like all softwares are working, Hive and Spark and all?
I haven't checked Spark. I tried Hive.
Is there?
It was working. Yeah, we are able to connect
Oh,
to Hive.
super. So, and right, we are whatever we are going to do, uh, we have to create we have to follow Agile methodology because every project, almost many projects are executing Agile methodology. So, in Agile methodology, we used to follow some rules and regulations. So, we have to follow that, because the moment when you attend an interview, definitely there may be question how you are executing your projects, whether it is a waterfall methodology or agile methodology. So if you say waterfall methodology, that is very old, very less people are using it. But if you know agile methodology, then that may be added advantage to your profile, then will create some impact or positive impact, you can say. Okay, so
Actually, I'm not aware of this agile thing.
no worry, no worry. I will
Agile.
tell you. I will tell you. No worry. This is a
Okay.
big thing. And you may see some reference notes also in the YouTube, right? There is some free content is available when you do Agile methodology. Okay. Then you will get some content. You please watch it, no, 1 2 hours. Okay. For
Okay.
reference
Okay.
purpose. And then I will tell you generally how a project will be, will try to do it. Because since I'm doing a real time in our company, so I will try to share that knowledge, the procedure I will try to share. Okay, that procedure we will follow, and we will execute our customized project as well. Got it, right? Okay. So, but what I'm thinking is many people are joining, but thing is they are due to maybe various reason they are not able to spend some time on hands-on. But unfortunately, if you people do like that, definitely it's very difficult to you only. Nobody, no, there's nothing harm to me, right? Because I have already some experience. So this is optional for me to share this type of knowledge to you or not. But this is mandatory for you that you have to capture it. You have to take a leverage out of it. Okay. So Kiran and Senthil, whoever is interested, again, many people supposed to join, but unfortunately today is a Saturday. That may be the reason less folks got joined today, but that is fine since this is a recorded and will be uploaded on YouTube for other folks to see those who are joined as a member, and they can go ahead. But Kiran and Senthil, since you both are joined, I just recommend you to please complete the all the practical stuff also, and you people can coordinate yourself and try to resolve if you have any questions. And if even if you are not, then we will discuss in our next week this session. Okay. So I also completed till section 6, but didn't do hands-on because I know that. But still, I want to create a data prop cluster. Okay. So I think if I get time, definitely by next week, I will try to create a data prop cluster and do some real-time stuff. And before that, I recommend you to please create one GitHub account with your email ID, and try to practice it. Okay, whatever the code that you're going to write, please try to upload that code into GitHub and use it. Okay, and also when you get some sample data, that also you please upload into your GitHub and use that link to get that data into your practice sessions in Dataproc. Okay, so Kiran, hope you are doing this. If not, please create a GitHub account and try to use from day one itself, because in a companies also we are using GitHub. Okay, and coming to this project, right? What I understood from last two sections, uh, he again created a cluster and created a Spark session and loaded data into Hadoop environment from local. He did some data, preparation of data cleaning activities where we are seeing some null values or blank values or unwanted data. So he got filtered the data by using Spark functions, and then he loaded that data into he has saved he created a finally data frame, and he saved that data into HDFS file, and then in a proper location. That location he has used, then created a table out of it, Hive table out of it. When you do obviously any query and table, you will get a filtered data. That filtered data will be utilized further processing. In our words, for core processing or to write any business logics, we generally use that kind of data in real time, and then load final output and send it to client or any reporting tool, the Tableau or any Power BI. by sending this data through NAS location. Okay, or in any nowadays people are started using on Snowflake. So they need data on Snowflake. From Snowflake they are using, or they are taking it again to any other reporting tools. So that is what happening in a real time at present in our in many other projects, not only single project, many other batch or stream related projects as well. Okay, so I think we are on track. I strongly recommend you to please do hands-on and see. Kiran, you might understood, right? So you go to resource session, you may download the files, or if we might given some GitHub link, use that link and try to take the raw file over there and use the wget command where he has explained already, and try to follow the same whatever he did. Okay, you no need to do extra thing at present. Okay, whatever he's doing, try to write the same thing. Okay, it is very easy, right? That is you may get some practical experience when you do that. Okay, so once you complete this, then obviously I told you, right, we will do it on a really one mini project. This is also one project. Once you complete this, definitely you are able to explain in interview in a good manner. I am very much sure, because as of now, right, I just saw only 6 sections, but 6 sections, if you are thorough, then you are able to explain your project in interview. Okay, that much knowledge you will get it in this tutorial what I am seeing just now. Okay, till now I can say. Kiran, are you able to understand what you were saying in a tutorial?
Yes, Naresh.
So are you getting some knowledge or feeling better?
Yeah, but I have few doubts regarding that
Yeah,
driver
okay.
program, Spark session, Spark context.
Can you please
Those
tell me
things.
what is the doubt?
The Spark context, Spark session,
Okay.
the driver program, those things, those terms a bit confusing.
See, not exactly, see, because you are the first time you are doing this stuff, right? So let's assume, I'll just give you a small example, just to correlate how much it is similar. There is a bus in general, right? There is a bus, and bus you can take it as a Spark cluster or Spark framework. Okay, obviously we have one driver, right? So driver is, let's assume our driver program. Okay, our program what we code. Okay, from where the code starts. Okay, driver. So to use the cluster, what driver needs? Let us say there's no button system, or we have a scooter or any something that vehicle. Generally, we have a key, right? Am I right, Kevin?
Yeah.
We have to use key to start engine. Am I right?
Yes.
So key is a Spark context or Spark session.
Okay.
So now you tell me who is creating key? In other words, who is creating key? Driver program is creating a key. Driver program will create Spark context. Or since driver program won't do when you use cluster, you have to create some Spark session, right? Okay, Spark session.
Yeah.
Then when you use Spark session for creating data frame, Spark session is enough. But when you create Spark RDD, then you have to use Spark context. Okay, you can create a Spark context out of Spark session. Okay, Spark context is inbuilt of Spark session. Okay, so Spark session is having Spark context as well as Hive context, SQL context, streaming context, all are there in Spark session. As per my knowledge.
Okay.
Okay, so generally we won't use Spark session as Spark context. Only we use the time of creating RDTs. Okay, since if you are using a batch loaded or any structured data, then obviously there may not be any semi-structured or unstructured data, right? Only tables you will use. Table means again structure. Then you may create a data frame out of it. Once you want to create a data frame, then again you have to use Spark session. So Spark session are they available as a Spark in a cluster. But in real time, when you want to apply or submit any application, you have to create explicitly by creating a creator, builder. There is a command, so you use that and try to create a Spark session, and then you can go ahead and use it in a data frames. Is it clear? Kiran?
Yeah, so driver program is also another process, right? When we
It's a
submit
process.
the
It's a problem. It's a process. Driver program is a process. Which will come from our program.
so that will run on master or
See, let's assume you are submitting a program in a cluster. Obviously, we generally submit in a program in a cluster because there is a modes, right? Client mode and cluster mode. Okay, so you might know the difference between client mode and cluster mode. When you run a program in a client mode, then what will happen? Let's assume we have a 10 node cluster. Okay, in the 10 nodes, there are two edge nodes. Edge nodes are gateway nodes, we can say. So generally, we have access for these two nodes only. Out of 10, we have access for two nodes only. By using these two edge nodes, we have to submit our application. Okay, that is how is a real time. So when you write Spark submit applications, Spark submits command or script and edge node 1 or 2, then driver program will be created in your edge node itself. That means where you are submitting a cluster or where you are submitting your program. In case of client mode, when you give specifically mode is client, then this driver program will be created in edge node itself where you are submitting your application. Okay, that is one. So when you give mode as a cluster, submit mode in a cluster, then driver program will create or run in any of the node in a cluster. It need not be our edge node. You got it?
okay.
The difference is if due to some reason your edge node got lost, then entire your driver, whatever the driver program which is executing the task will be lost. But when you run the driver program in cluster, what will happen? Cluster 99.99% won't go down, right? So there is a high availability and very less chances to to fail your program or execution task. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, guys? You can also ask any questions from Spark. No worry. We have few minutes left to close the session.
Naresh, can you please send me this link, Udemy link?
So can you please copy this one?
Okay,
just
Epic.
type
Okay,
this one. You just type this one. Sorry.
Okay, for absolute business. Okay, let me.
I'm just pinging the text. You can copy from here and just search it. You will get it. Okay. Total, I think how many hours it is, Kiran? It is 9.5 hours. Right? You got it, right? Yeah, 9.5 hours. Okay. It will give a first impression. Okay, like basics. Okay. Once you and all completes, right, then definitely by the time you will get some knowledge, then I will proceed from there. Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Naresh.
No problem. So I think I can say this is a very good platform. You people, please utilize it, because I don't know. Now I'm getting some time in the weekend, and I'm trying to do this, but unfortunately, in real time, we won't get this type of support, or nobody will teach you how to execute a project and how to explain a project and how to do a project without joining any company, right? To join any company, ultimately, we have to have this knowledge. To get this knowledge, again, you have to join a company. So these are very contradictory each other. So to break that chain, we have to do this kind of sessions and get knowledge out of it. Is that correct, guys?
Yes, Naresh.
Yeah.
Naresh, one thing. So after going through this course, we will be doing the practice for the customized project, right?
Yeah. We will be doing. You people only will do, but again, I will try to guide. Generally, in our projects, we will do the projects, right? Will follow that passion. We're serious towards this execution of project. Try to put some time. I know everybody is busy, but we have to sacrifice something to get some practical knowledge.
Okay, that customized project we are going to execute in PySpark, right? Not Spark Scala, correct?
PySpark. We may use Dataproc as a cluster, and then we'll use Colab, how here the people are using in this course, and we'll take a common task. Uh, I already explained in my previous videos. If you didn't watch, please go and watch it. What may be the project that we select. We will select one small project, not a big project, but ultimately try to understand. You have to get a knowledge how a real-time project will work. Okay, what are the stages that we generally execute a project, and are completing the development? What may be the other tasks like system testing? First of all, unit testing will be completed by the development side. Then it will goes to testing team and system testing, and testing team will do testing and raise their tickets. If there are any development defects, then that defects will come to our queue. Then we will go through, see what is the exact issues they identified, and then we will try to fix it and will close the ticket. Once we have no tickets within the stipulated time, then it will go to UAT approval. That is user acceptance. Who is the client? Okay, client side. So they will again test code means data. They will run our job and see data coming expected or not. Okay. So if they satisfy data with this code which they got executed, then they will give UAT approval. Okay. Once UAT approval completes, then they will give schedule to deploy the code. Okay. To deploy the code, we will arrange all the related scripts, related shell script, hash scripts, and there is a window to if there are already some jobs are running, then we will there is some downtime. We will ask to admit to down the cluster. Then we have to, in the downtime, we have to deploy all our codes, and again we'll request admit to up the cluster. Then our code will run in place of old code, and client ultimately will get the data. Okay, this is the process. And once we complete that, post project deployment, there is one more data validation that we have to do after completing the development part. Okay, deploying part. So we will again verify the data in our target tables, because whatever we had unit tested is with limited data. But when the code goes to production and job runs, then we will see huge data that is real time. So we have to check whether its performance is as per our expected, or the data is coming as per our expected or not. If there are any performance issues, or if there are any data loss, that kind of again data validation will be done. If you find any gaps, then again we have to do some patches and release that as part of the development, or as part of the project deployment. Okay? These things will be followed in a real time. Okay, after completing the development part. You got it?
Yeah, Naresh, got it. Thank you.
These and all you're supposed to explain in interview. Once you explain this interview, nobody will doubt about you, because this will be explained by only experienced person. So what about if I ask some questions on freshers or those who are putting some fake experience? Do you think they will explain all these things? No, right?
No.
Okay, so don't worry. We'll try to do this kind of checks, and we'll cross all the steps also, so that definitely you will get some practical knowledge. So I don't think only interview perspective. Okay, think to get some knowledge. Once you join as an experienced person, they will, from day one onwards, they will give, after KT, they will give you work. Okay, so if you don't have this much knowledge, then definitely you may be in trouble. They may take action against you if you are not performing as they expected. Okay, to don't want to face that situation, please try to get some real-time stuff. Then definitely once you complete these projects, you will be minimum 2 to 3 years experience equal to that person, and more than that, I'm sure, because I'm already working with those guys, right? I know how much they know. Okay, so this may be take 2 to 3 months, but ultimately you will get some real-time stuff. But you have to do your own, then only you will get it. If I do myself and explain, what you will get? You won't get it, right? Got it? Guys, any open questions before close this call?
No, Naresh.
Okay, guys, thanks for
Sure. Yeah.
thanks for your time, and have a nice weekend. Chalo then, bye. Closing the session.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.